My name's Chris Quinlan. This is Melbourne Musos, Face Chook Live. Left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. Never lost 1 minute of sleep and worry about the way things might have been. The wheels keep on turning, Proud Mary keeps on burning, rolling on a river. There we go. And what it's all about is Dear Tina Turner, of course. What else was I going to do? There we go. I'll take the beautiful... Oh, they took themselves out. There you go. And yes, the sad news the other day, and my face chook exploded yesterday morning, and I've gone, there it is. There you go, another tribute. I mentioned her a few weeks ago in my tribute to dear Wayne Shorter, one of the great saxophone players of all time, who took her in after she had to flee Ike Turner. And that was really got to me, actually, with that kind of business. But anyway, we're all in this space where we've lost the queen of rock and roll, and I'm just going to start the show off by talking about her. And you all know what I'm going to say, because we know her all so well. There you go. I grew up with her. You see, I'm 63, so I remember her River Deep, Mountain High, Phil Spector, Wall of Sound business. I've gone, what's this? And then she turned up on the Who's Tommy film, being the Acid Queen. And who remembers Don Kirshner's rock concert where we used to get, can't remember the channel. Was it Channel 7 on a Wednesday night at about 11 o'clock or something? And the Ike and Tina Turner review. This is even pre-Nutbush. And I was just there as a 14, 15-year-old going, you know, Tina and the Ikeettes. Oh my Lord. I've gone, oh hello. Is this what puberty is? Unbelievable. An unbelievable singer, dancer. Oh my Lord, I'm just gushing. So here we go. Tina Turner. You all knew I was going to do it. I didn't even need to really say anything, put any clips up. You know that I do this every week. And you know when someone important like this passes away, you know I'm going. That's what we do. Tina Turner, born Anna Mae Bullock, November 26, 1939 to May 24, 2023, was an American-born Swiss singer. Known as the Queen of Rock and Roll, she rose to prominence as the lead singer of the Ike and Tina Turner Revue before launching a successful career as a solo performer. Turner began her career with Ike Turner's Kings of Rhythm in 1957. Under the name Little Dan, she appeared on her first record, Box Top, in 1958, 2 years before I came along. In 1960, that's when I came along, she debuted as Tina Turner with the hit duet single A Fool in Love. The duo, Ike and Tina Turner, became one of the most formidable live acts in history. They released hits such as It's Gonna Work Out Fine, River Deep, Mountain High, Proud Mary, of my little introduction there, a little bit of a laid-back one, and Nutbush City Limits. And how many of us have played that over the years? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Before disbanding in 1976, in the 1980s, Turner launched one of the greatest comebacks in music history, her 1984 multi-platinum album, Private Dancer. Contained the hit song, What's Love Got to Do With It?, which won the Grammy Award for Record of the Year and became her first and only #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100. Aged 44, she was the oldest female solo artist to top the Hot 100. Her chart success continued with Better Be Good to Me, Private Dancer, We Don't Need Another Hero. I loved that song when it first came out. I used to drive around the block. Who here still does it? I sometimes still do it. A good song comes on, you go, oh, this one, on the radio. Although these days it's on the old, YouTube music and business. But, and then, this one, when they're doing the playlist. And you drive around the block again. I used to do that with We Don't Need Another Hero. There it is. Typical male. Ooh, the best, simply the best with the rugger. Ooh, that was one of the best advertising campaigns ever, I believe. There you go. I Don't Want to Fight and GoldenEye, James Bond. Dun, 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 dun. You know you've made it when you've done a Bond song. Ooh, during her Break Every Rule World Tour in 1988, she set a then Guinness World Record for the largest paying audience, 180,000 people for a solo performer. Back in the day, back in the 70s, it used to be, the Beatles had the record for such a long time, but when they disbanded, it's kind of like Led Zeppelin took the mantle. In the 60s, it used to be kind of Beatles and Rolling Stones. And then when the Beatles disbanded, Led Zeppelin were already up and about. And they sort of took over. And for every year, Led Zeppelin broke the record. Then Rolling Stones broke the record by about 400. Then it was Led Zeppelin, and then it was Rolling Stones. They seem to do tours, like if I'm going to sort of get through the 70s, by the time it got to 73, Led Zeppelin were doing a tour during 73, then their 75 tour, and then the 77 tour, and then it was the 79, not a very good tour really. They did Nebworth and all that, which is good, but by that stage, woof. And then dear Johnny Bonham passed away in 1980. But what happened was that the Stones were sort of doing 74, then 76, and then that kind of, they were doing that kind of thing. So it was them one year and the Stones the other year. And the reason I bring that up is because then dear Tina Turner eclipsed both of them. Bloody hell. And it's here somewhere, but I've already read it and a lot of people already know, but Mick Jagger started to ape her moves. There you go. Turner also acted in the films Tommy. Oh, you know me, I'm a Who tragic. So Acid Queen and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, 1985. In 1993, What's Love Got to Do with It? A biographical film adapted from her autobiography, I, Tina, My Life Story, was released. Pardon me, full stop in there, Chris. Get a wriggle on. In 2009, Turner retired after completing her Tina 50th anniversary tour, which is the 15th highest grossing tour of the 2000s. In 2018, she became the subject of a jukebox musical, Tina. Having sold over 100 million records worldwide, count 'em, Turner is one of the best-selling recording artists of all time. She received 12 Grammy Awards, which included 8 competitive awards, 3 Grammy Hall of Fame awards, and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Come on, finish your sentences, Chris. She was the first black artist and first woman to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone ranked her among the 100 greatest artists of all time and the 100 greatest singers of all time. Turner has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and so should she, and on the St. Louis Walk of Fame. She was twice inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Ike Turner in 1991 and as a solo artist in 2021. She was also a 2005 recipient of the Kennedy Center Honors and Women of the Year Award. There you are. That's pretty much her life story. You could say that she's had part of her private life was very, very sad. She's a survivor of abuse from Ike Turner. Sadly, 2 of her sons passed away before she passed away. And she'd been not well for a long time. And But the thing is, she was in her early 80s, and she was an absolute queen. She truly is the queen of rock and roll. Some of the things, I've just talked about her life. One of the most important things, at least for us, is the Australian connection. Basically what happened was Australia really served her proud, both with management, all sorts of things. There's also another connection with dear Tina Turner in the fact that Frank Zappa used to use Ike Turner's studio a lot, and hence we have Overnight Sensation with Tina and the Ikeettes singing Backing to Montana, and all sorts of Dynamo Hum, Just Get Me Wasted and I'm Halfway There. Boo! And apparently Ike came in and said, "What's this shit?" and all that stuff, and he nicked off. And apparently the story goes is Ike Turner told Frank Zappa not to pay them more than $24 an hour because that's how much he paid them. And Frank said, "I wanted to pay her more. She was worth it. She was a beautiful lady." And there's a famous story about her coming in with a pot of stew. She cooked up a pot of stew for all the boys in the band on Overnight Sensation, one of whom was Ralph Humphrey, who I did a tribute to just a few weeks ago. Bloody hell, Tribute City. I can't let it get me down, but it does. And what it is Frank just said she was such a lovely woman. Beautiful, well-mannered, just fun to be around. And some of the stuff on this album, they did things like I'm plucking the old Dan of floss, now that was hard enough when I was in the Zappa Instrumental with the boys back in the 90s, and we were doing the instrumental version of Montana and stuff with all the quintuplets. And so Tina and the Ikeettes, hippopotamus, all this sort of business. But there's that, and that's another, at least a musical 1 degree of separation. The Who, I love the Who. Who tragic. Zappa, well, yes, and both of them, that kind of thing. Another one is Wayne Shorter, who I mentioned a few weeks ago, who took Wayne Shorter and his wife took in Tina when she escaped Ike Turner, and she stayed with them for 6 months. Now, that's the story of my youth with jazz, with the Miles Davis Quintet, okay, the second great quintet with Miles Davis. And so there's connections everywhere that come close, you know, that kind of thing, as far as just, oh, well, she's on this one, she's on that, she's on that, and there you go. And how many times have we all played Nutbush, you know, which is an Australian thing apparently. I actually didn't know that. I thought it was a worldwide thing, but it's not. It came up in Australia. Hey Siri, play Ike and Tina Turner Nutbush City Limits.
Ike and Tina Turner Nutbush City Limits now playing.
Oh, now, there's a couple of open hi-hats you want to just pick up. Better turn the trig as well. Come on, jump up, do it. Those two, I did it a bit earlier, but it's coming up. When the horns come in. You're dancing? I hope so. Here we go. Hey Siri! Oh, the synthesizer. Oh my lord, the Moog synthesizer. Where's Keith Emerson when you need him? Oh! Nutbush, the Australian connection. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, I'm not going to really go overboard tonight or anything like that. But with it, because you all know, we know, there's Nutbush. That's fantastic. One of the things that happens is I'll go through some of the songs. Like I said, I'm a Who tragic. So, hey Siri. It's a different version, brother. Play Tina Turner, Acid Queen.
Now playing Tina Turner, Acid Queen.
Oh, Irish Siri, thank you. Offbeat. That's not the Who.
What he could be now. Just give me one night. I'm the gypsy, the acid queen.
Oh! Keith Moon!
The man is taking
There you go. Hey Siri! Thank you very much. Stop Acid Queen.
Close the door.
No, stop. And there you go. Look, that's... And then I went a bit fully sick, mate. It was a bit cooked, mate. Cooked. I would get kicked out of the Tina Turner session for doing the Keith Moon. But I'm wondering if I went to Reading Studios and Pete Town said, come on in, Chris. Keith's a bit off colour today. He just took another horse pill. There you go. Anyway, there you go. And that's what goes on. I'm going to start to wrap the show up. It's short and sweet. It's about Tina Turner, the queen of rock and roll. I'm staying upbeat. And there's a sadness in all of us, but she had a wonderful life. And the thing about her life, it was wonderful because she was able to beat so many things. You know, sort of conquer all the things that she had to go through and win on through. What a lady. There you go. And you know you've made it when you've done a James Bond thing. Hey Siri, play James Bond GoldenEye.
James Bond GoldenEye now playing.
You're working pretty well tonight, Siri. Nah, nah. What's with the red click?
reflections on the water, more
Oh, Tina, you legend. Don't we all love her? Oh, I know love and leave you a little bit. I'll bring it down a little bit now. Oh, my name's Chris Quinlan. It's Facebook Live. It's a tribute to Tina Turner. Left a good job in the city, working every night and day. Left not a minute of sleeping, worrying by the way